Okay, so I welcome you all on fine. Just a minute, gallery view. I just take a gallery view. Thank you so much, all of you, and I welcome you all on behalf of the client. And we are about to start with our presentation right now, with our the book event which we have planned out for today. And the this event is to promote the reading habits and to give the chance to the students to make a presentation. As you all understand that these days communication skills are getting so very important, and it is so extremely important that we are capable to speak in front of many people basically. And I have seen over these years that there are a lot of students, and not only the students but many grown-ups also are, they say, scared to speak in front of a group of people. So but this is a small beginning, and this is the first event of its kind that we have it. Brief about ourselves. So I'm Pramod Dalmia. I'm a host here, representing the Climb Foundation, and working on the organizing of this event. We also have amongst us a very distinguished person, Mr. Yashwani Verma, Mrs. Yashwani Verma, and she is going to be the expert giving her comment, though as this is not a competition and it is just an event to promote the speaking habits among the students and to also to develop reading habits. So we are not judging anyone, and we are not giving marks to anyone, but then her comments would be extremely valuable for you in your future presentations. As far as Mrs. Verma is concerned, she is MA, MPhil, MEd, and she also holds a certificate and diploma in Persian language. Formerly, she was a lecturer with Delhi University and has been a teacher with St. Xavier's School in Delhi. And over the span of her 35 years of her career as a teacher, she has been teaching English, history, civics, economics, and also involved in a lot of other co-curricular and activities like art education, community singing, handicrafts, etc. She has also worked intensely with slum children and was part of adult literacy program, and where she used to take their classes on spoken English. She is a counselor and has been guiding students all throughout. So it is a pleasure to have you, ma'am. Yashwini, ma'am,
Thank you so
welcome you in
much.
the session.
Thank you, and God bless all the participants.
Thank you, ma'am. So, as you all know, that our group is divided into the total number of participants have been divided into two groups. One is up to 12 years, and the other is about 12 years. The group one, group A, which is consisting of up to 12 years, they have a duration of 2.5 minutes maximum to speak. So that is how. And the group B, about 12 years to 18 years, would get about maximum 3 minutes to speak about. So we have in all very small registrations, and this was the first time we did not promote it much. But then whosoever got it, and they shared among themselves, and we got few students to participate. In future, we would like to take it on a little larger scale. So we start the presentation for the group A, three: Adya Singh, Tanusha Kashyap, and Dvija Dubey. So we'll have this order: first Adya, then Tanusha, and then Dvija. In group B, the presenters are Nayonika Dagat, Ashmita Safeya, Sapehiya, and Chetan Patel and Pranavi Datta. Chetan Patel and Pranavi Datta are not contactable so far. We have been trying on the phone and email, etc. But then we have Nayonika and Ashmita in any case today. So we start with Group A. So Group A, the first presenter is Adya Singh, and she is a class 6 student at Father Agnel School, Greater Noida, UP. And she is very fond of arts, various form of arts. Especially, she is fond of making a lot of beautiful paintings. And she is also doing a course on painting, online course, which we are also supporting. and she loves public speaking and reading and dancing. So, and Adya would be making her presentation on The Wizard of Oz. That is a book that she has chosen. So, I just take Adya there. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a minute, Adya. है ना? Adya. Acha, Pranavi is there. Okay, nice. Nice. Adya, okay. Adya,
Yes, sir.
okay. Fine, Pranavi. That's welcome. Fine. Adya, you can start now, and I just, yeah, you can start speaking, Adya. I just mute myself, and you will be getting 2.5 minutes exactly. So, though there's a timing option here, but I have not activated that. So I just go with the watch. Is that fine with you?
Okay, sir.
Okay, it's fine. So just take your reasonable time. That's it. Nothing much into it. Fine, Adya. You can start your presentation. Ashwini ma'am,
Okay.
Ashwini ma'am, we start with it.
Yes, all the best, Adya.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I'm Adya, and today I'm going to tell you about my favorite story, The Wizard of Oz. Here are the characters of the story. Dorothy. Dorothy is a story heroine. Toto. Toto is Dorothy's faithful companion and companion. The Scarecrow. The Scarecrow is the first companion who joins Dorothy on her way to see the Wizard of Oz. The Tin Woodman. The Tin Woodman joins Dorothy, Toto, and Scarecrow in a hope that the wizard will give him a heart. Dorothy. Gray is an orphan 12 years old girl who lives in the farmhouse in Canvas with her uncle Henry and Aunt Em and little dog Toto. One day her world is turned upside down when the emerges from her home after the fierce tornado. Nothing is as it seems only minutes ago. Dorothy is far from home, transported to land beyond the rainbow, a magical and strange place she has never seen before, known as Oz. A kindly witch appears, sending Dorothy on a quest to the Emerald City to find the only person who can help her return home, the Wizard of Oz himself. On her way down the yellow brick Red Dorothy frees the Scarecrow from the pole he is hanging on, restores the movement of the rusted tin woodman with an oil can, and then convinces the coward lion to join them on their trip to Emerald City. The Scarecrow wants to get a brain, the Tin Woodman a heart, and the coward lion courage. All the convinced by Dorothy that the wizard can help them too. Overcoming the wick, which they continue on their path and Emerald City in order to help Dorothy and Toto get home. The wizard realizes that he will have to take them home with him in a new balloon. Revealing himself to the people of the Emerald City, the wizard appoints the Scarecrow by virtue of his brain, the rule in his state. Dorothy chases Toto after he runs after a kitten in the crowd, and before she can make it back to the balloon, the ropes break, leaving the wizard to rise and float away stone. When they finally reach the good witch of the south, she reveals that Dorothy had the power to go home along the silver shoes she wears can take her anywhere she wishes to go. She tearfully embraces his friends, and then Dorothy and Toto return to Canvas for a joyful family reunion. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Adya. Thank you
Good.
so much. And it is so nice that you are so fond of reading and a lot of multifaceted activities you do. You fond of art, you are fond of speaking. That is so nice of you. So nice of you. So the next presentation that we have is from Tanusha Kashyap. And Tanusha Kashyap is a class 7 student, and she is studying with Army Public School, New Kant, Allahabad. And she is very fond of reading story books. That is the Tanusha. And she would be making her presentation on Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That is her book for presentation. So I just take up Tanusha now. Tanusha, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All the best to you too.
Thank
Just
you,
a minute,
ma'am.
Tanusha. I make you the menu and the presentation mode can be speaker's view. Fine. Fine, Tanusha. You can please start with.
Good morning to respected judges and members of Client Web Webinar. I, Tanusha Kashyap from Allahabad, study in Army Public School, New Kent, Allahabad, is participating in the book talk organized by Client Webinar. I express my heartfelt thanks to the team Client Talk for giving this golden opportunity to speak on this platform. Today, I am presenting my talk of the famous series by J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter Part 1. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Harry Potter was an orphan boy. His mother and father were wizards named James and Lily Potter. They were killed by the very powerful wizard named Voldemort. When he grew up, many letters started to come from the school of wizardry to Harry. Dursleys didn't let the Harry see those letters. Then Dursleys got shifted to another house in the middle of sea. When Harry's 11th birthday was there, a very big man named Rubeus Hagrid took Harry to the Diagon Alley, where he could buy all his school stuff. After that, Harry meets Ron, Draco Malfoy, Neville, and Hermione on the way to Hogwarts. So all the first-year students were sorted into houses by the sorting hat. It was said that Voldemort was there in the Slytherin house. There were 4 houses: Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. Harry, along with Hermione and Ron, was sorted into Gryffindor. Albus Dumbledore was the head of the Witchcraft Wizardry School. Hagrid was the keykeeper of the Hogwarts School. On Harry's first flying lesson, Neville broke his wrist. Then, McGonagall was affected by the Harry's flying lessons. Harry was then selected for the Quidditch game as a seeker. And when there was a match of Quidditch, Professor Snape started speaking some magical words to defeat Harry. But Hermione burnt his robes. Then Harry, Ron, and Hermione became the best friends. Then the Christmas holiday started. To his surprise, Harry was gifted an invisible cloak, but he didn't come to know who gifted it. After the Christmas holidays, they found out that Professor Snape was actually an agent of Voldemort and he was going to steal the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry then thought to steal the Sorcerer's Stone before it comes in the hand of Voldemort. Then they went to find out the Sorcerer's Stone. In between the journey, there came many challenges or puzzles which were made by the professors of Hogwarts, which Hermione solved it in few minutes. Then as Harry reached the Sorcerer's Stone, he saw Professor Quirrell standing in the front of the mirror. And as the professor opened up his turban, he saw Voldemort giving instruction to Professor. And as the professor touched Harry, he started changing into dust particles. And when Harry opened his eyes, he found himself sleeping in the hospital. Their Albus Dumbledore told him that Professor got converted into dust particles because he has a scar. Because Harry has a scar which protected him from Voldemort, and that is his mother's love. And at the end of the year or session, Gryffindor win the House Cup. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good.
Thank you, Tanusha. Thank you so much. And very nice to keep your time also intact. Thank you. Now I move on to the next candidate is Dvija Dubey. She is class 3 student and she is from Delhi Public School, Vadodara. And she is very fond of reading storybooks, singing, dancing, drawing, and writing stories. That is, she is fond of. And just a minute, I put it into speaker's view. Okay. And she would be making her presentation. She would be making her presentation on the overnight campaign on a Clubhouse book and on Mickey Mouse. So, Dija, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Just after this, we would have class 12. That's Nayonika. You can take your presentation after this. So you have few minutes. Just, you be ready. So, Dija, I just put you there.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just a minute, Dija, where are you? Okay. Okay. Okay, Dija, you can start your presentation.
Good morning to one and all. I am Rija Dubey of class 3G, Delhi Public School, Vadodara. First of all, I would like to thank the Climb webinar for giving me an opportunity to participate in this book talk straight from my heart. When I came to know about this, I was very excited and eager to talk about my favorite book. I love to read this again and again. This book is based on the popular serial on Disney Channel, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. The story which I'm going to talk about is The Overnight Camp Inn. The story begins with Mickey and his friends planning to have a camp out, but due to rains, the ground is wet and it is not possible to have a camp out. Donald comes out with an idea of having a camp out in the balloon, but unfortunately, all of them could not fit in the balloon comfortably. Finally, Mickey tells that there is no need to be sad and they still can enjoy the camp in with the help of mosquitoes. All of them decided to have a camp inside the clubhouse. They chose the den, which was the biggest rooms in the clubhouse. Mickey did all the arrangements to give everyone a feeling of being outdoors. They had the best camping ever. Mickey tried to bring the outdoors indoors with a special music box to create sounds like there was a babbling brook, frogs in the den, four neckties to set up the tent, a flashlight to set the mood for ghost story, a projector which brought
dozens of stars to them. It was almost bedtime, but before that, it was time for the mouse to dance. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dija.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Welcome.
so much and for being there.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, ma'am, we had these three wonderful presenters from this younger group up to
Yes, sir.
health. So all three have,
They're all very sweet and enthusiastic children.
yeah,
Good.
definitely, ma'am. And now we are starting with the older ones. This is a group about 12 and above. So in that case, the first is going to have been Nayonika Dhagat, ma'am. You can note down the name, Nayonika Dhagat.
Yes, yes.
And then we will have Ashmita Sapeya and then Pranavi Datta.
Okay, okay. All the best to you, young lady.
Okay, Nayonika, are you ready, beta? Okay, okay, just a minute. Hai na? Achha, I just make a small, sorry. I have to talk about her as well. I did not do that. So group B, yeah, just a minute. We have this Nayonika Dhagat, and she's a student of class 12, and for which she is awaiting her result. Now the lot of suspense is over, and the exams are not going to be there. She is in a relaxed mood now, just waiting for the result with slightly anxiousness, definitely. She is a student from Prudence School. All three of them are from Prudence, now who they are going to be presenting. I don't know the same branch, but they are all three from Prudence School, Delhi. Nayonika is fond of writing, reading, playing guitar, singing, and dancing. And she believes in expanding her horizon by learning new skills. Nayonika would be making her presentation on The Alchemist. That is one of the Paulo Coelho's very famous book. So over to Nayonika. I just put it there. Okay, Nayonika, are you are able to hear us? No, your sound, beta, your sound, you're muted probably. You can do that. You can do that.
Hello.
Yeah, now it's better. Now we are able to hear you.
Right, sir. Can I start?
Okay. Yeah, you can start. Is it okay if you can different angle, because the light at the back is creating some we are not able to see you properly, because right now you're live being streamed. You're on YouTube. All of you are on YouTube. I'll just share the link.
Right,
Okay.
so just a second. I'll just change my angle.
Yeah, if that is possible. I share that YouTube link, which is all of you are there.
Better?
Just a minute. Just a minute. I just
Little better.
Yeah, wow, wonderful. That's fine. That's
Right?
fine. Absolutely. Yeah, Nayonika, you can start with the presentation. Yeah, you can start.
Yes, sir. Firstly, a very good morning to all of you present here. I am Nayonika Dhagat, and I stand before you to talk about the amazing novel, The Alchemist, written by Paulo Coelho. I will start with a quote that inspired me much. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. It is the fear that makes you not achieve your dreams. In this book, we start with a man named San Diego, who is in the land of Indonesia near Spain. He's a shepherd, of course, and he is a very simple man who is very happy with a book in his bag and, of course, wine in his wine skin. He falls in love with a girl named Tarifa, who is the daughter of a merchant. So in order to propose to her and accept, to tell his father that he is actually admires her. So he goes there. But when he reaches to his destination, it is pretty dark. So he plans to sleep under a tree, and there is an empty church where he keeps all of his sheep. During his dream, this was a dream that occurred to him many a times in the past as well. But today, the dream was something like there's a little boy playing with his sheep. And of course, he leads his way with the sheep towards a pyramid, and he finds the treasure. And before he could know what the location was, he wakes up. He's anxious. He's worried that what is happening? Why is this dream occurring to me again and again? So what happens is he goes to this woman in that place that he tells her that he is having this weird dream all the time. So the lady is like, I would help you out. I would tell you where you have to go, but you have to give me 1/10 of the treasure you find. So he's like, okay, I agree to that. But later on, he finds out that the lady says it is the Egyptian pyramids. And then he's like, why is this so illogical? Because it's pretty obvious the pyramids would be in the Egypt. So he goes to this place, and then he's just sitting there, and he's like, he lost himself a good deal, and he is going to treasure. So he meets this old man who is to find his treasure. So he tells him that he will help him find his treasure, and he is the king of Salem, and his name was Melchizedek. Basically, he tells him, I will help you find your treasure only if you give me 1/10 of your sheep. So the merchant asks, why can't I give you 1/10 of my treasure? So the king says, if a person tries to achieve something, the whole universe helps him to achieve that dream. But if you do not have something that you want to achieve, then you are going to lose your dream itself. Okay, so next day, he goes towards the pyramids. The guy tells him the treasure is in the Egypt, and he gives him 2 stones known as uranium and thamium. And he leaves him to the ship of Africa. So when he reaches Morocco, he was robbed by people, regrets to find the treasure. He feels like he's lost everything in his life and he cannot achieve his dreams. But then he looks at this crystal shop, and then he goes there. And the man realizes he's a good omen for him, because as and when the shepherd enters the crystal shop, he realizes that there are many people coming towards him to buy his crystals. So what happens is he asks him for a job, and he tells him, I'm going to shine all your crystals very brightly, and if you give me a job over here. So he's like, okay, you're a good omen. I could see that from the first start. So he worked there for about a year, and then he noticed that people used to climb up the hill and there were no food stalls. So he gives the idea of selling tea in crystal molds, so that people, when they're tired and come and they see the crystal shop, when they enter when they reach the hilltop, they're very excited. So after that, they started selling a lot more. After that happens, the shepherd suddenly recalls the old man, and then he remembers that maybe he should go back to his life, buying many sheep and twice many sheep, and going back to his village. But then he recalls the old man, and he's like, no, I do not want to go, because that is my dream and I want to make it come true. So he heads towards the Egypt in a caravan. He meets the Englishman searching for the alchemist. Basically, there's this one Englishman who reads a lot of novels and tries to grasp the knowledge of the alchemist. And there is where he tells, the Englishman tells Pablo Neruda stories, narrator, that the alchemist is 200 years old and turns lead into gold. So while in his way towards the Englishman and the shepherd together go towards meeting the alchemist, that is where he meets Fatima, who tells them alchemist lives to the south of Oasis, and the shepherd falls in love with Fatima. After that, the Englishman reaches the alchemist, and he tells him that ever tried to turn lead to gold? And the Englishman is confused and he's like, no, I've never tried it. But the alchemist tells him, go ahead and do that. In the language of desert, one day there were two eagles fighting each other, and the shepherd sees a vision, and then he saw there was going to be a battle. So what happens is he goes towards the village councils and he tells them, and the village heads tell him, if you're wrong, you will be killed. After that, the village people, apparently it was true, his visions were true, and they decide to give him 50 gold coins along with the post of a counselor of the village, because in their history they used to have the story that a man will come and tell them the truth about what was going to happen in the future. So he tells Fatima about it, and he tells her about the dreams and everything about it. And then he tells her, I'm ready to settle with you. But Fatima is like, no, I'm the woman of desert, used to waiting for men to come home. And true love would never stop you from going where you are meant to be. So she tells him that I'm going to wait for you. You go ahead with your dreams. The alchemist and San Diego together go towards his hidden treasure, towards the Egyptian pyramids. So while in this way, he got caught. The alchemist and San Diego got caught by men who accused them of being spies. So the alchemist gave them the 50 coins that San Diego had achieved, and told them that San Diego is an alchemist and he could turn into wind in 3 days and blow away all the tents that they had stood by. They were stood by. So he was very fearful. San Diego was like, I cannot do it. I don't know. I don't have the power to do this. But that is when the alchemist told him, there is only one thing that makes dreams possible to achieve: the fear of failure. So don't be afraid of failure or death. Just do it. So after 3 days, he spoke to the desert, the wind, and the sun, and he got the power of the universe. And he was able to fly from one place to another, becoming the wind. And everyone got scared and ran away. After that, they headed towards the pyramids, where the alchemist met a monk. That is where the alchemist turned the lead into gold. He cut the gold into 4 pieces. One he kept for himself, the other one he gave San Diego, and he gave 2 to the monk. One for himself, and one, when San Diego comes back, he can give it to him. So while he was going towards then the story takes a transition into him actually finding the pyramids, and he starts digging. That's when robbers meet him. And then he's like, you already have the treasure. After seeing that 1/4 of the gold, he's like, you stole the treasure, start digging. And then they start threatening him. But then after that, he tells him about his dream, that he was sleeping under a tree and then he saw that dream. So these robbers started laughing and making fun of him. And he tells them, the robbers tell him that he also had a dream about him being under a tree in Spain. So the treasure being there. So they laugh at it. But then after that, and leave him, of course, because they think that he's a fool. So after that happens, San Diego is so glad. And then he starts laughing on the robbers, because basically the tree towards the starting of the story where he was sleeping was a sycamore tree, which is a symbol of Egypt. So the treasure was always hidden where he always was. So towards the end of the story, he goes back to Spain, and then he finds his treasure, goes back to Fatima, and lives happily ever after.
Thank you, Nayonika, and
Thank you.
Good. Thanks.
Thank you, Mom.
And you have another session. You can accordingly leave. We have 2 more participants, so whenever you are comfortable, you can leave. And that is up to you. That's it.
Thank you.
So the next participant for the day is presentation is by. After Nayonika, we have Ashmita Sapaiya, and she is again the student of class 12. And I just don't know whether the passing out batch or the one which has just started. And she's also from Prudence School, Delhi, and she is very fond of dancing. Asmita would be talking about another very famous book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So over to you, Ashmita, and okay,
All the
Ashmita.
best. All the best
Thank
to
you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, just a minute, Hannah, beta. One more
Yes,
thing.
sir.
Yeah. You can. Yes, you can start, Ashmita.
Yes, sir. Just exercise is to the body and reading is to the mind. A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Ashmita Sapaya, a student of grade 12 Prudence School, is here before you to present the summary of a renowned book, that is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a book by Robert T. Kiyosaki. It talks about a boy who has two fathers, a rich one and a poor one. One was highly educated and intelligent, whereas the other never finished grade 8. Yet, the educated one struggled financially throughout his life, whereas the other became the richest man in Hawaii. The foremost topic raised in the book is that do schools actually prepare students from the real world? The author finds this answer from two point of views. One that tells him that study hard so you can find a good company to work for, whereas the other one told him study hard so you can find a good company to buy. Through this, the author observes the effect different thoughts have on people's mind. Over time, the author himself deeply gets into the hunt of becoming rich. He even tried to start up a partnership with his friend, but it wasn't a success because what they were trying to do was actually illegal, which they never knew. Yet, the creative idea of starting up a business for a 9-year-old is a great deal. Apart from this, the book also covers monetary topics which enhance one's financial literacy. It also highlights the major differences between a profession and a business, which people usually tend to mix up. You ask them their business, they'll say, suppose I'm a CA. I mean, that is not your business, that is your profession. Uh, and I would also like to talk about a very interesting aspect which is highlighted in the book. That is the primary reason why the majority and poor class are fiscally conservative. That is, they can't afford to take risks. They do not try to lay up a financial foundation which can actually help them and make them become rich. This book teaches one to seek work for what they will learn, not for what they will earn. Overall, it inspires that one should be taught both skills, scholastic and financial, that they need not just to survive, but to flourish in the world that they face. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hello.
Yes,
Am I audible, Asmita?
yes sir.
I'm not able to hear. Just a minute.
You are audible, sir.
We can hear you.
So nice of you, Smita. And
Thank you, sir.
actually, I don't know what happened. I'm not able to hear.
Chetan Patel.
Ashwini ma'am, if are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yashwini ma'am can hear you. Ranvi Datta and Chetan Patel, no link?
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Here?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Actually, am I audible to All of you, please.
Yes, sir.
Acha, okay, fine, fine. If I'm audible, then I continue with it. So actually, I am not able to hear. I'll just fix up what is our issue. So next presentation is by Chetan Patel, who has not been able to join. And now we have Pranavi Datta. Pranavi Datta, she is again a class 12th student and from Prudence School. And she is very fond of music and reading. She is going to make her presentation on Sandra's book, Sandra Glover, The Spooky Sisters. And over to you, Pranavi, just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
Pranavi, just a minute.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So I would like to begin on the thought that
Okay,
we
Pranavi.
lose, yes, sir. We lose ourselves in books and find ourselves there too. Good morning, everybody. I'm Pranavi Datta, a current grade 12 student. It gives me immense pleasure to talk about the book My Spooky Sister in such a prestigious platform. So here I begin. I would be talking about the novel by Sandra Glover, My Spooky Sister. Sandra Glover is a popular award winning author of books for both teens and younger readers. She works in a literacy consultancy and is also a qualified teacher who talks about reading and writing culture with the students. Just like her other amazing novels, which are great thrillers, My Spooky Sister is one. The story of two siblings whose relationship undergoes the changes due to absurd behavior of Alice. So the two main characters here are Tom and Alice, who are siblings, and Tom loves her little sister Alice a lot. But the absurd behavior of Alice uh, leaves Tom worried. It begins with Alice getting strange and terrible nightmares and its aftermath. She began to insist that she wasn't Alice but Ellison, which is a weird thing for such a young child to say. The family members started to look upon this topic really seriously and consulted a doctor. But the doctor claimed that it was just the vivid imagination of the child and nothing else to it. But was it just the vivid imagination or did it have something else to it? She started to tell the stories of Allison, which was very unknown to her, and it couldn't be believed that such a young child could make such stories. As the story unfolds into a supernatural tale of reincarnation of a girl, Allison, who was murdered 2 decades ago. The family members were worried and decided to consult the police and kept this case to them. The police did not believe that this could be true, but as the young child talked about really sensitive issues about it, it was known that she was speaking the truth. The case was finally reinvestigated, and the outcome left everybody in shock that it was indeed true that Alice was Ellison. As we say that reincarnation is essential to enable the soul to evolve what is divine right. Just like that, Ellison had been reincarnated as Alice to get her justice. As we have heard by Mahatma Gandhi, uh, that truth can never damage the cause that is just. Just like that, justice to Allison was done through Alice, and even death couldn't deny the justice. Finally, Allison got her justice and Alice got peace. As quoted in the novel by Tom, that the night that Allison's case was won by them, Alice had a different smile on her face, which could be noticed that it was very peaceful. Finally, Alice could peacefully continue with her life, and Allison's soul left forever. It is a quick, involving read and keeps you binded throughout. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Very well presented, Pranavi. And all the presenters have made their presentations. And it is so nice. It was very small beginning, and we thought that let us have one event of this kind today. And fortunately, we have one of the experts with us, Yashnavi ma'am, which she is doing wonderful job. She is already judging a lot of events like this, and she would share that with you. And there are a few attendees as well who are observing this. We have Aditi, Kwahish, and Rishabh Vedi. If any one of you would like to say something, I have permitted you to share your experience. And would you like to say something, any of you, Aditi, Qaish, and Rishabh? Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, please. Yes, yes,
Hello,
yes. Yes, Aditi. Yes, Aditi.
sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. You are. You are. I brought you into the panel, Aditi. You can even, if you wish, you can switch on your audio or video also, and you can speak about it. Yes, Aditi. You're audible. It is your desire about the video, but anyway, your audio is audible.
Sir, this is a very good start for all students. And
Okay.
I'm very glad. I feel very glad to hear all these participants. All are very amazing. All are
Okay.
amazing.
And you are also a student of some school somewhere?
No, sir. I'm a student of college. I'm a college
Okay.
student.
Okay, great, great, Aditi. Thank you so much. So that I can bring
And
another.
thank you too for having giving a great opportunity to join us such wonderful webinars.
Okay, okay, our pleasure, our pleasure. So fine, fine. So anybody else would like to say something? Khwahish is there, and Rishabh is there, and even Rachna Kumari ma'am, or whatever, if she's a student. Anyway, so I pass on to ma'am, you, Ashwini ma'am, to give your comments as you would
Yes,
like
sir.
to. Yeah, I just do that.
All right, let me give the introduction, which I didn't give initially because
Yes.
you took over. So good morning, very esteemed Sir Pramod Dalmia, resource person for Klein Foundation.
Thank you.
Audience and my dear students, it's an honor to be able to present my comments before you all. Let me first congratulate all the participants in the two age group categories below 12 years and above 12 years to 18 years for participating in the book talk organized by Klein Foundation, straight from the heart. Wow, amazing. It was an excellent online event. It was informative, refreshing, engaging, enriching, and inspiring session by all the participants. Each speaker addressed the book from her own point of view, and this led to fascinating insights about the literary, social, and cultural implications of the book that you had read. All content was indeed thought-provoking. It's hard to imagine a better investment of money and time than buying and reading a book. The purpose of the book talk was to inform the audience about the book. All participants gave an excellent insight. Before I give general comments, I made some notes while you children were speaking. And I'd like to begin with the first group, Group A. The first speaker was Adya Singhal, Class 6, from Father Angel School, Greater Noida. Well, she presented a very interesting story and she sounded very enthusiastic, showed a lot of interest, but like take care of pronunciation. I don't want to put water on the lovely experience you've had this morning, and take care of your nouns and pronouns. And I was very fascinated really by hearing about the wizard. So good luck, Adya, proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And our second speaker was Tanushka Kashyap of Class 7, Army Public School, New Kent, Allahabad. And thanks for thanking the team, Klein Foundation. Baby, you have to take care of your tenses. Harry wanting to steal the sorceress's stone sounded very, very interesting. And the fact that you said that Harry's car protected him because it was his mother's love. I really appreciated that you had added that, because your mother's love can do wonders to your life. It's your mother's love which has brought you so far. And your mother's love is like an umbrella which is going to shield you throughout your life. So love your mother. You too will be a mother one day. All the best, little one. And then we had Divya Dubey, class 3, the youngest present here today from Delhi Public School, Gujarat. The Overnight Camp was the book that she spoke about. Thank you again for thanking Climb Webinars. You sounded just great, very excited and eager to speak about your book. Who doesn't know Mickey Mouse? But in the next time, keep your head up, young lady, and try not to turn sheets. The better idea is to write it down and then on different papers, different sheets, and so it's easy to skip one and put the other one underneath. So you don't have to keep doing that. And I'm sure you children also enjoy camps and like to bring outdoors inside. That was a cool comment. And a great day to you. All the very best.
Thank you, ma'am.
After that, we had a maturer group, Group B, all class 12 students. And Ashmita, I think you spoke on a very, no, first, sorry, because there was a little change in the order. So Neonica spoke first. And I was very fascinated by the fact that she came up and started her talk by talking about the possibility of having a dream. And, you know, she spoke about the story, but the message that she gave is that you must dream to achieve. That was a good message. You must dream to achieve and never have fear of failure. Because failure, children, is the pathway to success. When a baby learns to walk, he or she falls umpteen times, then stands up, and then finally learns to walk. So failure is the pathway to success. So never fear failure. Never fear what people will say about you. People will say a good thing. Let me deviate a little bit. For example, you're very well dressed and you're going to school, and your mom says you're looking terrific and very charming. And as soon as you get off the school bus, someone says, you look horrible today. What happened? Didn't you sleep last night? Now, who will you believe, your mom or that girl? And for a second, you know, you will feel down in the dumps. But then that's not how it is. So don't allow anyone to crush your dreams ever. And she talks about the dreams, the weird dream, and how the shepherd approached a woman, and then he meets an old man. And it was an interesting book. And basically, you have to take care of your grammar. It's sheep and not sheeps. And you don't add the article, definite article, the, before a proper noun or before the name of a country. The vision of the two eagles fighting indicated a battle. And I'm sure you have a vision for yourself where you think of a great future for yourself, to become something in life, to be be able to achieve excellence and rise up high in life to great heights. So very fascinated by your book. Thanks. And our third speaker was Pranvi Datta, again class 12, all from the same school, my spooky sister. She too started with a good quote, "We lose ourselves in books and find ourselves there too." And she spoke about Alice calling herself Allison, and the story unfolds into reincarnation. And the child spoke about some very sensitive issues, and Alice was reincarnated as Allison as the story goes. So she quoted Mahatma Gandhi, and that's nice to be able to quote, to give different quotes, like that the truth is what will always be there. We've lost.
Ma'am, there's one more student, I think, Ashmita Sapaya, you missed out that.
Ashmita, probably because of the Ashmita, yes. Yes, and finally, sorry, Ashmita, I liked your approach, and you have read a great book, a very interesting book, and you also came up with that exercise to the body and reading to the mind. True. Surely it's a book to read. Yes, it is important to develop scholastic as well as financial skills, but we get so lost in materialism. And it is important for you children to realize that materialism is not so important. It is what you are. Build yourself inside. The color doesn't matter. How you look doesn't matter. How you dress, yes. You need to dress well. And you need to have everything up there in that mind of yours. You have to develop your mind. So there's a lot of take from the books that you have read and spoken about. And I congratulate you for that. And also for your ability to choose a book of its kind to speak about in this event of Straight from the Heart. And it was straight from the heart because all of you were very involved. And I quite liked your expressions. It was like you were really into it. Now, however, with some good things and all the good masala, there has to be some areas to improve upon. And I would like to mention that to you children. Number one, pronunciation. That is making the word sound correctly. Never be in a hurry to get on with the next word. So take care of pronunciation. You're all excellent speakers. Second is delivery. The way the speaker emphasizes different points can make an impact. Make an eye contact with the audience. Even if you're reading, make an eye contact with the audience. Speak with feelings and emotions. Otherwise, why should your audience be interested in your book talk? They'd get bored. So when you connect yourself and the audience to the topic, like you connected me, okay? So I got interested in your book. And so you have to do it very intelligently. Connect yourself and the audience. Your body movement and posture, how you stand or how you sit is important, as well as your gestures. You don't have to use too many hand gestures. Use the appropriate gestures to express your emotion, your feeling, like when you're talking about reincarnation. Oh, you can even raise your eyebrows for that. It's a debatable topic. I don't know, it may be true, it may not be true. And while giving content, be careful about the use of grammar and selection of words. So maybe you do need to do some final editing before you speak, or whether you are delivering a speech or whether you're coming in for a book talk. And so maybe you can improve upon your presentation and delivery. Even though I was very impressed, at such a short notice, you students came up ready to participate in the event straight from the heart. Well done, students. I was very impressed by the hilarious stories and entertainment through your narration. It was very, very refreshing. And good luck. We are all proud of each participant, and I'm sure Sir Pramod Dalmia feels the same way.
Yeah, definitely.
About your
Definitely.
presentation, really excellent. And next time, we will surely give you more time. And I would like to see all these faces again for the next one, next event on Book Talk, all of you. So have a great day and good luck and God bless you all.
Yeah. Anyone of you would like to ask ma'am anything, if something, and or say something? Or any of the participants, you have just spoken your summary. So if you would like to share, or your parents who are there with you, if they can, they would like to say
Yes,
something.
if anyone wants to ask something, sure.
Yeah, you can. You want to ask something or say something?
Ma'am, I would just like to thank you for giving us such great comments, which will actually help us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, young lady. You were also very involved. And your facial expressions, yes, your facial expressions matter. So some of you had a twinkle in your eye, and you looked very enthusiastic, and the face was radiant with your emotions and feelings. So that was just terrific. I liked it very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anyone else would like to share?
Yes,
yeah, Pranavi.
Yes, Pranvi.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, I'm so happy that you noticed very small details for every speaker and made notes for that. And it was really helpful for whatever improvement things that you have mentioned. And we'll really look forward to that. And I'm
Pranvi,
very
you're all great, and I really enjoyed myself listening to all your deliveries of on Book Talk, straight from the heart. It was really straight from the heart. When I was talking about that twinkle in the eye, I saw that in your eyes as well.
Thank you.
I saw behind your glasses, I saw that smirk and that look and that expression. So amazing, good, great. Have a great day, young lady.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Proud of you, girls. Proud of all of you.
I'm Dvija, ma'am.
I am
Yeah.
Dvija, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
Dvija.
baby.
Instead.
Thank you, ma'am. Next time I take care that whatever you told.
Okay, baby. All you need to do about your pages, no? Even when we have to speak as adults, we also try to keep sheets one under the other. So then it doesn't go like that, because you're, on YouTube now too as well. But you gave a good performance, and I'm happy that at such short notice, you were able to do a good job, a good participant. I wish you great success in life. Take care.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
God bless.
Okay. So
Yes, Tanusha. You're shy to speak? Yes, Tanusha.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was a very good experience.
Tanusha, you have very nice expressions, and I'm sure you're very smart with your work and around the house, and creative and talented. You don't have to feel shy. We are on the same platform. Teachers and students, I'm also a learner. No, Teachers, the day they forget that they are learners, that is the day the downfall begins. So I'm also a student like you. We are all students, always learning. Good for you. Good.
Chaliye. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time. And it was at such a short notice that I spoke to you, and the event was decided, and then you were so helpful to come and share your experience and give the advice to the children. And I'm sure that they all must have been benefited. And we do wish to continue with this event, and we would like to arrange in much bigger way. We thought that let us first try how it goes, and there is a limit to what we can take at a time. So we cannot take more than 30 that we have thought. So, but anyway, next time we'll do it in a much better way, and more participants. And then what you have done, you have given your best. You definitely have given your best, and ma'am has definitely shared with you. So we look forward to your participation again in the
Yes,
future.
of course.
And yeah,
all of
and
them
then,
must come back.
yes, definitely. And then you will be getting, all of you will be getting a participation certificate. Give us a day's time. And this session is on YouTube. I'll be sharing you the link on the WhatsApp. If required, I just shared in the chat box, but I'll share that. So you can watch that. And I would wish that in that YouTube comment box, please all of you give the comments about the others as well as about the event as well. So that would be so nice of you. That will motivate each one of you. So if everyone gives a comment about everyone else, that would be so nice. Thank you so much. Anything
Thank you,
else?
sir.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank
Thank you so much.